Hey everyone, welcome back to Overthinking Out Loud, the podcast where two friends overthink so you don't have to do it alone. I'm Uni.
And I'm Jinny. Uni, with this crazy summer heat, I've been daydreaming about packing a bag and disappearing to some quiet seaside town.
Same here, although, let's be honest, if we actually went, we wouldn't just go, we would,
Open Excel.
yeah, exactly. Tabs, color codes, bike of coffees, the whole project plan.
People think holidays are spontaneous, but for us, it's like managing a small company. Down to walk to bus stop, 9:30 to 9:45.
And let's be real, those optional activities on the sheet, they're not really optional.
True, but still, once we're there, the schedule always changes.
Yeah, by day two, we're like, what museum? Let's just get coffee.
Exactly. And honestly, those slower mornings are sometimes the best part. Wandering to a brunch cafe, no rush.
Absolutely agree. And brunch is basically a tourist attraction now.
Totally. And you know what's always on a brunch menu?
Pancakes?
Nope, avocado toast. With the healthy lifestyle trend, vegan diets, and Instagram aesthetics, avocados are everywhere.
Mm,
Personally, I love them, especially avocado toast. I even make it at home.
I know. On our last trip, you ate my share too.
That's because you hate avocados,
Yep.
which works perfectly for me. But, picture this crispy sourdough, buttery mashed avocado, a runny egg with chili oil.
Still no. But okay, I'll admit, it sounds nice.
Your loss. But here's the twist. In Mexico, avocados aren't just food. They are political and even dangerous subject.
Dangerous? As in, like, dangerous? Or overpriced coffee menu dangerous?
The first one.
Huh?
Avocados are nicknamed green gold, not for the color, but for the profit. Over the past decade, demand has exploded. The US alone imported over a million tons in 2023.
A million tons? That's not a food trend anymore. That's like coffee or oil levels of demand.
That's true. And Mexico dominates the market. In 2023, they produced about a third of the world's avocados, with Michoacan state at the center. Almost every avocado in the US comes from there.
So Michoacan isn't just a farming region, it's the beating heart of the whole supply chain.
Mhm.
If something goes wrong there, brunch menus worldwide are in trouble.
Yeah, and here's the darker part. Michoacan is also cartel territory.
Oh.
When drug trafficking became too risky, the cartels pivoted. Avocados were perfect. Huge demand, safer to export, and massive profit margins.
So what started as cocaine roots turned into guacamole roots?
Pretty much. At first, they just controlled transport, but then it escalated. Farms, packing houses, export schedules, and of course, the infamous protection fees.
Which is basically pay us or else. Like rent to the mafia, except it's your own firm.
Right. And if farmers refuse the protection fee, orchards get burned, harvests stolen, and even kidnappings.
Oh wow.
Some pay tens of thousands of dollars a year, sometimes to two cartels at once.
That's extortion on a corporate scale. And I'm guessing the cartels didn't stop there.
Nope, they learn to manipulate supply too. If they hold back harvests or block roads, prices rise and their stock sells for more.
So they're gaming the market like Wall Street does, but with violence instead of spreadsheets.
Exactly. And the environmental impact makes it worse. Each avocado needs about 320 liters of water. As demand skyrocketed, farmland wasn't enough. So, illegal deforestation began.
320 liters for one avocado?
Right.
That's like draining a bathtub just to make one piece of toast.
And the cartels even profited from that. Forests in Michoacan were cut down, rivers dried up, towns faced shortages. They sell the timber first, then plant avocados for double profit.
And the locals, they just had to watch their forest vanish.
Some locals tried to fight back. A village called Tansitaro, farmers formed a self-defense militia.
Mm.
Checkpoints, armed patrols, guards protecting orchards.
So basically, a town that said, if no one will save us, we'll save ourselves.
That's true.
Ah,
They've managed to stay relatively safe, but they are rare exceptions.
that's wild. For us, avocados are wellness food, and but for them, it's literally a fight for survival.
Yeah. And also politically, avocados are massive for Mexico. They bring in billions in revenue and create thousands of rural jobs. The industry is too important for the government to risk big disruptions.
So basically, avocados aren't just fruit, they're a national security issue.
Exactly. And cartels take advantage of that. They back candidates, influence elections, intimidate rivals,
Uh,
and make deals to keep their control intact.
which means once politicians are tied up with cartel money, any government crackdown becomes, well, complicated.
Yeah, way too complicated. And of course, the US is watching closely.
Mm.
They are Mexico's biggest avocado customer.
Makes sense. America, it's guacamole like it's oxygen, especially during the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And in 2022, a USDA inspector in Michoacan was threatened.
Oh.
The US immediately halted imports.
Wait, so just one inspector and the US stopped at all imports?
Yep. And within days, avocado prices in the US spiked. The pressure on Mexico was immediate.
So both sides are holding each other hostage. The US can say no more avocados, and Mexico can remind them, good luck hosting your Super Bowl party without guacamole.
Pretty much. And globally, it's not just a US and Mexico issue. If supply drops in Mexico, buyers pivot to like Peru, Chile, even Kenya.
Mm.
Trade deals and investments shift overnight.
So the avocado isn't just brunch food, it's shaping international trade routes.
Exactly. And then there's climate change. Drought threatened avocado production, and importers are starting to demand sustainable certification. Basically, it's a proof that your avocados aren't destroying the planet.
So it's not enough to just grow avocados anymore. You've got to prove they're eco-friendly,
Yeah.
like a fair trade sticker, but for survival.
Yeah, and that adds even more pressure on Mexico. Improve farming practices, boost security, and keep the global market happy all at once.
So my no scent brunch just turned into a crash course in geopolitics and climate policy.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it. Something as ordinary as avocado toast can uncover these messy global layers.
Yeah, and I'm realizing I never would have looked at avocados this way.
Same. I mean, I knew cartels were powerful, but I didn't expect their influence to reach into something like as everyday as a piece of toast.
Exactly. And you know me, I'm not into politics and
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like avocados.
Yeah,
But this is still crazy.
that's the thing. It's not just about politics or food. It's about how these power structures creep into normal life.
And how once they're in, they touch everything, the economy, local governments, even international trade.
Right. And the more I think about it, the more I realize if they can do this with avocados, what's stopping them from doing it with other products we use every day?
Yeah, it makes me wonder what other normal things have these hidden backstories.
And that curiosity, that's exactly what we want this podcast to spark.
Well, mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I still won't eat avocado toast, I'm gonna think about this every time I see it on a menu.
Good enough for me.
Alright, that's it from us today, but we're probably still overthinking it.
If you ever sat down to something totally ordinary, a meal, a trip, even a morning routine, and then realized it had a bigger story behind it, we'd love to hear about it.
Whatever it was, don't keep it in.
Say it out loud.
See ya!